You say you're ready. You say you're tired of standing still. You say you want the life you've dreamed of, the wealth, the freedom, the impact. And yet, you're still waiting. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for the perfect plan. Waiting for some sign from the heavens that the world is ready for you. But the truth is, the world has been ready. It is you who is not. You've mistaken preparation for progress. You've confused thinking about your dream with building it. You've mistaken the warm comfort of imagining yourself victorious with the cold, unglamorous labor of becoming that victor. Khalil Gibran once wrote that the lust for comfort murders the passion of the soul, and that is why you are still waiting, because comfort has drugged your hunger, because you have grown used to tomorrow as an escape from today. Do you know why men like Edison, Carnegie, Ford, or Disney seemed almost supernatural in their achievements? It wasn't because they were born with more talent than the rest of us. It was because they understood something most never learn. The gates of fortune are never opened for the one who knocks politely. They are broken open by the one who refuses to wait at all. Edison failed 10,000 times before the light bulb glowed. Imagine if he had waited for the perfect idea before starting. Imagine Carnegie saying, "I'll invest when the economy feels right." Imagine Ford deciding, "I'll build the automobile when the public demands it." They acted when the ground was uncertain, when the risk was high, when no applause was guaranteed. And here you are, waiting for certainty. You tell yourself you are waiting for clarity, but clarity comes from movement, not stillness. You tell yourself you are waiting for the right tools, but tools are earned in the act of building. You tell yourself you are waiting until you are confident. But confidence is forged in the fire of action. Every day you wait, the edge of your hunger dulls. Every sunrise that passes without you stepping forward, the habit of waiting grows stronger. And one day, without realizing it, you will no longer be waiting. You will have decided. You will have chosen to stay where you are. The tragedy is not that life is short. The tragedy is that you think you have more time than you do. Life is not a dress rehearsal. There will be no encore for the years you've already spent hesitating. So I ask you, why are you still waiting? For permission, no one is coming to give it. For perfect timing, there is no such hour. For certainty, that's a luxury reserved for the historian, not the pioneer. The reason you are still waiting is because the idea of stepping forward terrifies you more than the idea of staying stuck. Your prison has become familiar. The walls you hate have become the walls you trust. But here's what you must understand. The moment you move, the moment you act, the moment you put one foot into the unknown, your prison begins to collapse. Action is the great liberator. Do not think you are alone in this struggle. Every titan you admire has felt the same fear. Lincoln doubted himself before he rose to lead a nation through war. Disney went bankrupt before he built the empire of imagination. Oprah was told she would never succeed on television. The difference? They refused to let waiting become their identity. You must become ruthless with your own excuses. If you are not where you want to be, it is not because life has conspired against you. It is because you have conspired against yourself. You have let fear dictate your speed. You have let comfort dictate your choices. And you have let the illusion of readiness dictate your destiny. Readiness is a myth. You will never feel fully prepared. The road will never be fully lit. You will never have every resource neatly in your hands before you take the first step. But once you move, the resources appear. Once you commit, the path reveals itself. Once you stop waiting, life starts answering. Think of the farmer. He does not wait until he is sure of the harvest before he plants the seed. He plants in faith. He works the soil. And only then does the miracle of growth occur. Waiting for the harvest before sowing is the thinking of the poor in spirit. Action first, reward after that, is the law of creation. And yet, so many stand in the fields of life, clutching their seeds, year after year, waiting for the sky to promise them sunshine before they dare to begin. Your waiting is not patience, it is paralysis. And paralysis kills more dreams than failure ever will. I tell you this with urgency because there is no time to waste. You are not promised the next decade, the next year, or even the next sunrise. Do not gamble your future on the illusion that the door will always remain open. The door is closing every day you hesitate. There is a truth that will change your life if you accept it. Life does not reward the one who waits. It rewards the one who moves. The universe does not conspire to deliver comfort. It conspires to challenge, to refine, to test, and ultimately to crown the one who dares to act while others are still planning. When you look back decades from now, you will not regret the risks you took. You will regret the years you sat in hesitation, polishing your excuses, rehearsing your dreams instead of living them. So, enough. Enough of the waiting. Enough of the silent bargain you've made with fear. Enough of promising yourself soon, while life hears only never. The hour is now. The step is yours. The future is being written with or without you. Do not mistake this moment for a rehearsal. Every breath you take is an exchange, a trade between time and possibility. Each second that passes is a vote cast for the life you are choosing to live. And when you choose to wait, you are casting your vote for the life you already have. The walls of your comfort are not built overnight. They are formed from small decisions. I'll start tomorrow. It's not the right time. I'm not ready yet. Brick by brick, excuse by excuse, you've built a fortress to protect you from risk. But what you've really done is lock yourself away from opportunity. Consider this. The gold rush did not wait for the cautious man. The inventions that shaped our world were not born from the hesitant mind. The skyscrapers of New York, the bridges spanning mighty rivers, the businesses that employ millions, these were not built by those who stood still, waiting for certainty. Certainty is the reward of the one who moves without it. When Andrew Carnegie saw the opportunity in steel, there was no guarantee of success. He entered a volatile market, invested every ounce of energy, and risked his entire fortune because he understood that inaction was the surest way to lose. Henry Ford faced ridicule for his vision of an affordable automobile. They said it was impossible, impractical, even foolish. But while others argued, he built, and in building, he proved them wrong. You may believe your waiting is harmless, that you are simply gathering strength for the right moment. But strength is built in motion, not in stillness. A muscle does not grow by resting. It grows by being used. And your ability to act, to risk, to endure, these are muscles. The longer they remain unused, the weaker they become. There is a quiet, dangerous lie that whispers in your ear, there's still time. It tells you to wait for the perfect mood, the right connection, the lucky break. And because this lie is gentle, you accept it. You comfort yourself with the thought that your dreams are still within reach, when in truth, every day you delay, they drift further away. The river of time does not slow for the hesitant. You say you are waiting for confidence, but confidence is not a gift, it is a result. It is built in the doing, in the failing, in the trying again. Ask any great leader, any artist, any entrepreneur. None began their journey already sure of themselves. Confidence grew because they moved before they felt ready. You say you are waiting for clarity, but clarity is not found in thought. It is forged in experience. A sailor does not learn the sea by reading about it. He learns by setting sail, by weathering storms, by navigating under starlight when the shore is out of sight. And you say you are waiting for passion. But passion is not a lightning strike that descends upon the idle. It is the fire that grows from tending a cause, from committing to the work, from seeing progress and feeling the pull of possibility. Every reason you give yourself to wait is the exact reason you must begin. Perhaps you fear failure. Good, that fear is proof that you care. But fear was never meant to be your compass. It is meant to be your forge. Step into it, and it will temper you like steel. Avoid it, and it will rust your spirit until nothing remains but regret. Think of the story of Walt Disney, fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination, bankrupt after his first business, rejected by countless investors. Yet, while others would have taken these as signs to quit, Disney kept moving. He refused to let waiting be his story. Every setback became a stepping stone, and each step brought him closer to building a world millions now cherish. This is the truth. The world owes you nothing. Opportunity does not knock politely. It does not stand outside your door with flowers and an invitation. It storms past those who hesitate and throws itself into the arms of those who leap. The question is not whether you can succeed. The question is whether you will move before you feel ready, because ready is an illusion. The moment you take the first step, the road begins to build itself beneath your feet. You must decide, will you be the one who waits for the storm to pass, or the one who learns to dance in the rain? Will you be the one who dreams of the harvest, or the one who plants while others sleep? Your life will be shaped not by what you hoped to do, but by what you dared to do. Do not wait for someone to choose you. Do not wait for the applause of strangers to validate your steps. Do not wait for the world to come knocking, because it won't. The world does not chase the idle. It follows the bold. Every morning you wake, you are given the same question. Will I move, or will I wait? And every evening, the answer is recorded, not in your words, but in your actions. The truth most never want to face is that waiting feels safer because it hides you from judgment. If you do nothing, you cannot fail. But if you do nothing, you cannot win. This is the quiet trade you've been making. Safety for possibility, security for greatness, comfort for purpose. But history remembers neither the safest nor the most comfortable. History remembers those who moved when moving made no sense, those who built when no blueprint existed, those who decided that now was the only time worth trusting. Look at Abraham Lincoln, born in a log cabin, self-educated, ridiculed, defeated in election after election. He had every reason to wait for a better moment, a more certain path. But he knew something the hesitant never learn. There is no better moment than the one you're standing in. By moving, he created his moment, and in doing so, he changed the fate of a nation. Your better moment is a mirage. You think it lies just ahead, after the next promotion, after you've saved a little more, after you've learned a little more, after the fear fades. But as you walk toward it, it moves, always a little further, always just out of reach. You are chasing a horizon you will never touch. Do not be fooled. The only place your moment exists is here, now, in the breath you are taking at this very instant. The only time you will ever hold in your hands is today, and still, you hesitate. You imagine that waiting keeps you safe, but waiting is the slowest form of death. It does not come with sirens or alarms, it comes quietly. A little less passion this year, a little less energy next year. Dreams growing cold, while you tell yourself they're only on hold. The tragedy of life is not in failing, it is in never starting. The graveyards are not full of those who tried and lost. They are full of those who kept waiting for the perfect chance, who never realized that perfection is born from imperfection, that victory is born from the mess of trial and error. You cannot think your way into a new life. You must act your way into it. Discipline is the bridge between desire and reality. You can want something with all your soul, but unless you put that want into motion, it will rot into resentment. Action turns the invisible into the visible. It turns the imagined into the real. If you want wealth, you must begin where you are, with the knowledge you have, the tools in your hand, and the faith that the rest will appear as you go. If you want mastery, you must begin as an amateur, willing to endure the awkwardness of the first steps. If you want freedom, you must be willing to chain yourself to the work that creates it. Think of the builder laying the first brick of a cathedral he will never live to see completed. Why begin such a task? Because the work itself is the reward. Because movement itself is life, and that is the irony. You are waiting for life to begin, not realizing it has been passing you by every moment you stand still. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a spark. Action is the fuel. Move first, and motivation will follow. Do the work when you feel inspired and when you feel nothing at all. This is how resilience is born. Stop waiting for passion to strike. Passion is built by showing up every day, by tending the fire when the flame is small, by refusing to let it die when the winds of doubt blow against it. Stop waiting for the fear to leave. Fear is not a sign to wait. It is a sign you are exactly where you need to be. The mountain is supposed to look impossible from the base. You must train your mind to see waiting as the enemy it is. Every time you hesitate, picture your future self looking back with anger, not at the chances you took and failed, but at the ones you never dared to take. Because here is the truth, most people learn too late. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. So, decide now. Decide that you will no longer live in pause. Decide that every small action matters. Decide that forward is the only direction worth walking. You will stumble. You will get it wrong. You will face doubt from others and from yourself. But movement will put you in places stillness never could. Action will introduce you to people, opportunities, and lessons that no amount of waiting will ever bring. Life belongs to the doers. The stage is lit for the ones who walk into the light, not for those hiding in the wings. There will come a day when you realize the clock has not slowed for you, when the things you thought you would get to later are no longer possible, when the doors you assumed would always be open are sealed forever. And in that moment, you will wish you had moved when you had the chance. You will wish you had been bolder, faster, more relentless. You will wish you had acted when the fire was still alive in your chest. But wishing is the currency of the powerless. It buys you nothing. You have this moment, not the next, not the one after this one. And it is enough. You may think that the gap between where you are and where you want to be is too wide to cross. But the great secret is this: the gap is not crossed in a leap. It is crossed in steps, small, persistent, daily steps. Edison did not invent the light bulb in a single spark of genius. He failed thousands of times, and each failure was a step. Carnegie did not build his steel empire overnight. It was the product of years of calculated moves, one after another. Every great success you admire is a staircase climbed, not a mountain jumped, and every step is taken by those who refuse to keep waiting. You are not waiting because you lack ability. You are waiting because you fear the discomfort of beginning. But beginning is supposed to feel uncomfortable. A seed must crack before it grows. A sword must endure the flame before it becomes strong. A mind must be stretched before it can hold greater visions. Do you think discipline feels natural in the beginning? Do you think resilience is born in comfort? Do you think wealth is built in stillness? No. Everything worth having demands that you move before you are ready. Stop thinking of your life as something that will start once the right circumstances appear. Your life is now. The clock has already started, and the truth is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to move, not because your dream is any less possible, but because you are building the habit of inaction. Every day you choose stillness, you are training yourself to stay still. Every day you choose action, you are training yourself to move, and one day, the training will take over. Whether it is the training of hesitation or the training of momentum will depend entirely on the choices you make now. You say you want a better life, prove it. You say you are ready for change, show it. You say you are done with waiting, live it. Make the call, write the plan, take the meeting, learn the skill, launch the project, post the idea. Do it badly if you must. But do it. The first version of anything great is imperfect, but it is the seed from which the perfect will grow. Do not fear the eyes that watch you start small. One day they will be the same eyes that call you lucky. and you will know luck had nothing to do with it. Khalil Gibran said, "Progress lies not in enhancing what is, but in advancing toward what will be. Advancing, not waiting, not wishing, not rehearsing. Advancing. So advance. Advance in the face of fear. Advance in the absence of approval. Advance when your hands shake and your voice trembles. Advance when you feel ready, and advance when you don't. Because the truth is brutal, but beautiful. The day you stop waiting is the day your life changes. Not in theory, not in imagination, but in reality. One step, and you are no longer who you were yesterday. And as the days become weeks, and the weeks become years, you will stand where you once only dreamed. You will look back at the place you began and realize it was never the lack of opportunity that held you back. It was the waiting. You are not here to linger. You are not here to live in the pause. You are here to build, to move, to create, to rise. So rise now. The hour is already late, and the world will not wait for you. The gates are open. The road is unrolled before you. The ink is wet on the page of your story. Write something worth reading. Live something worth telling. And never, ever wait again.